Yo,
Hey, how's it going, Waylon?
it's going good. How are you doing? Thank
I'm doing very well. Thanks so much for joining me.
you for having me. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I look sweaty. I just built a dresser.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. So you're a handyman.
Oh, yeah. It's just a Walmart built one, but it's the Better Homes and Gardens. It comes in
uh,
like 8 million pieces.
or like IKEA. I
Yeah,
feel like,
it's that it's kind of like the farmer one. That's got the gray wood that's real popular, and we've got a bunch of we bought two. Uh, end tables for the bed and a dresser. So I've been putting that together all day, and I
wow.
just
In
finished.
in addition to music, you're a home renovator.
Well, we can't leave, so we got to do something.
Exactly, right? I want to congratulate you on the new song, Remember. It's such a kick-ass song.
Thank you so much.
And the
Thank you.
response is very, very amazing right now, I have to say.
I'm very, we've been waiting for this to happen. This has been a long time coming for AKC. Since I left Mushroom Head, it's like everybody kind of like assumed that A Killer's Confession is Mushroom Head, kind of thing. And it's like, no, it's not really like that. It's like I have to go start over again and rebuild the band and rebuild the sound of what I would wanted to do. And it's finally paying off 4 years later. It just took 4 years and three
Just a
albums.
matter of time.
It is. It's just it's perseverance and just not giving up. It's like nobody wants to step down from where they are to step back up, but in life you have to do that from time to time, and you know I've had to do it. No big deal.
Exactly. No, it's like they say, when one door closes, another one opens. So
It does. It does. It's like I took a year off after Mushroom Head, and that really helped me was taking the year off, not rushing right back into a band, trying to do something, trying to capitalize or what I needed to clear my head, figure out who I was, and I think I did it.
yeah, I have to agree based on what I'm hearing so far.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that the guitar riff is very catchy, but the chorus hits with heaviness. So it's a nice mesh of the two.
It was like it's got that real Southern swagger with that guitar. That guitar, it does. And I wrote the song with Sahaj Tickerton, and from Raw, the singer of Raw. He's our producer, and we've come up with the song. And he's like, "Man, Waylon, you got that thick Southern accent. What do you think about this?" And it's like, "Man, that's awesome." So that's kind of how that came about, was indirectly through my accent.
Wow. Comes in handy then.
It does. Well, he said that it's natural for me. It's like a lot of people don't really realize I have a very thick Southern accent because of the way I sing. And he's like, well, you got to exploit that. Like, he's totally all about, like, he's always pushing me to be, more. I'm not saying that I've not been me, but he really wants to let the Southern come through. He's like, he's all about that.
That's awesome. And the video is very cool too. So it's like a post-apocalyptic concept.
Yeah, it's Wombat Fire came up with that, and we had a T-shirt that had the gas mask, and it had the I guess you want to call it either Snow White or whatever, the post-apocalyptic Snow White, because that's really what it is. It's supposed to bringing back a loved one, and that it was all based off that. And I just gave him full creative control. I was like, make what you want, because I love to see someone else's art interpret mine. And just because, like, you get something totally awesome, like it's like you don't have to have your hand in every cookie jar. It's kind of neat sometimes to sit back and watch someone create something and give the song a whole new meaning. So I really thought that was cool.
Oh, that is cool. Like maybe they might envision something totally different from what you had in
Well,
mind when you wrote the song.
Well, that's the thing. Interpretation's up to the listener, and everybody can come up with something else for the song. And you really want that. You don't want to be like, well, this is what it's about. It's only about this, and you can't take it any other way. I love it when people come to me and they tell me 50 different things that they've come up with, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think of that. I want to remember that one. It's like, because they'll inspire me by thinking a certain song was about something, and I had no plans of writing about that. So it definitely, it's a cool situation. It really is.
That's awesome. And so I heard that the album is going to be released kind of like a puzzle, like each song is a puzzle piece.
Each song is a puzzle piece,
That's
and we're going to
awesome.
step it down each time we release a new song. Now we're going to wait like 2 months to release the next song because of Remember, and it's got this. We got this big radio push coming behind. We got this big push behind Remember, and we don't want anything to kind of supersede that, or we want to let it do what it does organically, and then after that's done, like it's all set up to where it's going to come out, and each song has its own puzzle piece. And then by the end of it, you'll be able to put it all together and see the actual album art. And then you'll be able to get the whole album together. And I think that we're going to do some like pre-orders towards the end of it where you'll get it, but you can get it with like a 1,000-piece puzzle where you can put the actual album cover together.
Wow.
Puzzle. Because we're all stuck at home, so we might as well give you something else to do while you listen to the album.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of puzzles. That's awesome.
I am too. So.
And so I wanted to ask, how do you feel your relationship with Tommy Church has kind of developed in a new way since starting AKC?
Oh, Tommy and I have always been Tommy. Tommy is my only friend who knew my mother. We've known each other since Little League Baseball. And my mother passed away when I was 13. So that tells you how far back Tommy and I go. And our relationship, it's just Tommy, it's like, to me, it's the same guy I grew up with, he had the automorphine and we hooked back together when I was a Mushroom Head. And then he came into we did Tenafly Viper, and then he came into Mushroom Head and we did our split for a little bit, but it never affected Tommy and I. Tommy and I were both two Southern boys out of Wilkes County, North Carolina that were lucky enough to get out. And we've always had that respect, it's like, so Tommy and I's relationship has just always been really good.
That's awesome. And now you guys can create more music together. And are you guys on the same page when it comes to musical influences, or do you guys?
No, the best part, Tommy be listening to black metal and just all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm like, this is the new hotness right here. And I'm like, I don't get it. But it works because you don't, you want somebody that has a different flavor than you do, because music is universal. Everything intertwines. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's still music and it's based off the same thing. And it's always good to have so many different influences within the group.
No, that's very true. I feel like that's when the most interesting and unique type of sound can be developed, when you have all those different elements combining together.
Oh, you do. It is. And sometimes, and then he'll do something I won't expect, and I'll do something he won't expect, but it always seems to work. It's just like, wow, that really came together. That's really cool. But Tommy and I will butt heads, like we are, but we're so close that it's okay that we do
that. That's awesome. And I have to ask you about you're the head of A&R for Wake Up Music record label. How do you feel discovering new talent has kind of inspired you?
Oh, it's like I've been doing this for so long. For me, it's a way to help out. I'm not there to lie to you, and I'm not there to promise you the world. I'm there to guide you in the ways I wasn't guided when I was younger. I feel like it's my way to give back to the younger generation and help them find their way in this crazy industry, because the industry has changed so many times, and it has changed again during COVID. It's like we're in a new industry again. The old game doesn't work. Well, the old new game doesn't work, and now we got a whole new thing, and everybody has to figure it out again, because you can't tour. You can, but it's really it's sparse. It's like it's here and there, and you just don't know. But it's a whole new ball game out there, and I'm there to hold people's hands and help them see their way through as I do it for myself. It's like, because I do have a lot of knowledge from my history, and if I can help somebody, that's what I'm all about doing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good talent out there right now, and it kind of sucks that they can't tour right now and get their name out there.
There's a lot of great talent, and then there's a lot of people, and being an A&R, sometimes I feel like Simon Cowell. you know.
Yeah.
It's so terrible because I never wanted to be that guy. I was never the guy to tell you no. That's not me. I've always tried to look for the bright side. But some people have sent me recordings on an Android phone, and I'm
Wow.
like, I can't really do anything with this, bro. I don't even really know what's going on. That's in the key of be quiet. Wow. It was just, we were, my wife, because my wife and I run it, and it's, we work together constantly, and she's always like, well, check this out. But then we got them certain ones, and it's so sad because you don't want to be the person to tell them. Nobody wants to be that person. Like, bro, keep doing what you're doing, just not this. You don't want to be that guy. And, I've came across a few, but I mean, a lot of it we've come across has been really good. They're just in this position where it's a new industry and they're not knowing how to get through it. And that's where Julie and I come in, and we're really trying to help them out. Like, we're not trying to gain anything out of it. It's what we do, but we get more enjoyment out of trying to help them. And if we see somebody succeed, it's like we're succeeding ourselves.
Well, that's a good way to look at it.
It is. It's like I've got to do so many amazing things, and if I can set somebody on the path to do those great things, I'm vicariously living through you. I'm like, wow, I'm getting to do it again, but I helped you get there, and that's what it's all about. It's like it's great to see somebody get some success and knowing that you've done everything you can to help them.
Yeah. And where do you hope the industry will head towards, once things get back to normal?
Back to normal. I want to see the shows come back. I know in my heart it will never really be the same as it was. I know in my heart it won't. It's a lot of fear. I can't blame people, but I also have to be like, well, you need to look at history. This has happened before. This is nothing new. Everything in nature is a cycle. It's going to happen again. And we'll get back to normal, but it's going to take a little time. It's just going to take a little time. People are going to be a little bit more cautious. But with pandemics and stuff like that, this does happen. This is not something freaky that just happened to our generation. No, it happened 100 years ago with the Spanish flu. These things happen, and you have to be prepared for them. But each time things change, but it takes time for it to come back together. But I like to say this about it too. It's like everything in life and in nature has an end. It will start and it end. This is how life works. We will get through this. Just be patient.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like a dicey situation, but I'm remaining optimistic that, we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel very soon.
There will be a light at the end of the tunnel. There will be, unless we just, unless we mess it up ourselves, which I hope we don't.
Yeah.
But like as in nature, and if we look at nature and how nature works, there is a start and there is the end. There's always nothing is meant to last forever. So just remember that when you need that light at the end of the tunnel, just remember how nature works.
Exactly. And do you have a memorable concert that you attended as a fan? Is there one that comes to mind?
Oh, May 5th, 1995. I can tell you the date. I can tell you who was playing. It was Marilyn Manson, Korn, and Danzig.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was my first national act. And that's what really set me on my path, was seeing, and Korn was opening up. Like they were the first band on, and then Manson went on, and then Danzig. And it was one of the most amazing shows. It changed my life forever. That concert is why I'm here now.
Wow. Because you saw that concert and it kind of inspired you?
Oh, it did. As soon as Korn got off stage, I was like, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, that was cool. That was like, yeah, we're doing this. It just took me 10 years after that point to finally get there. It was just one of those things. Hello, you Londi. What are you doing? Come sit down, sweetheart. My bulldog decided to come sit next to me.
Oh, so cute.
If you hear like a predator sound,
I can hear it.
That's just great. Don't worry.
I love dogs.
Oh, we've got two bulldogs, and we have a Persian cat, but we shaped him into a lion today. So He's hilarious right now. He looks like a little lion. It's so crazy.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. And I can imagine there was a lot of mosh pitting and a lot of crowd surfing at that concert.
Oh yeah, there was. Yes, there was. There was no social distancing there that night. I'll tell you that right now. I remember when Chutes and Ladders hit the breakdown, my feet left the floor, and I wasn't even trying to jump. That tells you how rowdy it got that night. I remember just being like standing there, and it kicked in like with the middle breakdown, and I remember lifting up off the ground and landing on top of the crowd.
Oh wow.
And not trying to do it either. Just like, hey, I'm up here now. Okay, we're going. I lost my spot.
That's amazing. No, when I see like videos of concerts, back in the 90s, I kind of miss it, just because people were really in the moment.
Yeah, they
They
were.
weren't worried about taking cell phone footage.
That was the worst thing that's ever happened to a concert. And people have forgot to experience the experience. Don't worry about documenting it. You always have it here.
Yeah, and half the time the video quality is so crappy.
It is. Your phone gets blown out with this microphone. You're losing the main part of the music and the experience by not fully letting yourself go into it. Like that's the beauty of music, is letting yourself go and feeling it through your soul. And
Exactly.
people have lost that. It's like, put your damn phone down. You're missing the time of a lifetime. It's like this is something that's special. It's like, especially with national acts, these really great artists. You just spent, okay, say we're going to Tool. You just spent $100 on your ticket. Make that $100 worth it. You can look at your phone at another time. He's like, granted, I can understand getting a video here and there, but Tool didn't let you have your phones. You got thrown out for having.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
They were very adamant about that, and that's fine by me. That was like yes, and the whole crowd singing the entire time. Just amazing experience. It's like, and people need to get back to that. Like, you got to understand, it's like there's more to life than your phone. There is. Mm-hmm. There's more to life. You can experience it in 4K with these two suckers right here on your face.
Exactly. Well, I want to get back to the album. Is there something that you can kind of describe about it without giving too much away?
It is definitely, I speak my mind. I show no fear. I very much believe in what I say. It speaks my opinions on things, and I won't go too far into it. But it's a person that's found his way, and it's like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm about, and it's all over the place. To be honest with you, we got some really heavy stuff, and we have some really ballady stuff, and then just some really creepy stuff. I mean, it's just really, you cannot base what you think this album is off Remember. I'll say that.
Okay, that's very enticing.
We're gonna go places, and it's a very moody album too. And I say that because everybody's like, well, what style is AKC? AKC is not a style. We're a mood. It depends on the day and the song we're writing on what mood you're going to get. We are a very moody band.
Nice. Yeah, that's very enticing. So I can't wait to hear it. And is there a release date for the next song?
Not yet. Like I said, it'll probably be March.
March, okay.
It'll probably be March when I have, because I'm gonna let Remember do its
thing.
All right,
yeah.
And just let it go as far as it can, and then March comes, boom, boom, you guys are you're in for a treat. And there are 14 songs.
14 songs. Okay, cool.
Yes, there are 14 songs, and we just added another song, which was the 14th. It was the 13th song album. Now it's the 14th song album, and the song is with Jeffrey Nothing. So Jeff and I are going to come back together and give everybody a little fan favorite stuff, just for the old school, the OG fans.
Well, that'll be a treat for fans for sure.
Oh, yes, I can't wait to do that for them.
Great. And is there anything else that fans can be on the lookout for?
Just be on the lookout for just like new puzzle pieces. Keep your mind out. Just come out and just say, keep your ears to the wall. It's like, listen for all that good stuff. It's coming. I think this year is going to be full of music. So just wait. Everybody, I think everybody's in for a real treat this year when it comes to the music scene.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I really appreciate your time, Waylon. It's been a blast chatting with you.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me. And anytime you want to do this again, I'm all about it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm down.
Thank you. Thank you
I'll
so
let you
much.
get back to your building,
I'm done
constructing.
building now. I'm done building. All I
Oh,
got to
you're
do
all
is
done
move
now?
it. All I have to do is move it now.
Well, no, you can play some PS5.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
What are you playing these days?
Right now, well, I do Call of Duty and I have the Valhalla and I have Miles Morales. But today I actually bought my first PS5 game since it came out, and I pre-ordered Resident Evil 8. I
Ah,
pre-ordered The Village, and it told me today that I had 91 days to wait. To
oh my
so
gosh.
every time I turn on my PS5, it will remind me how many days I got to wait to play my new game.
Wow. It has a countdown.
I know what I like. And, it's like, I like scary games. I like stuff like Mario. I love stuff like Zelda. But I also love horror. And I love playing any kind of Resident Evil, especially the old ones, because like I have a firm belief I'm terrified of zombies. So I want to help them go back to what they should be, dead.
Isn't it great that like how amazing the graphics are these days? It's so realistic.
Well, I downloaded Maiden. It is absolutely gorgeous. And everybody, I don't know what's going on with everybody. I see a lot of people complaining about the tall lady and the merchant. And I was just like, leave it alone. This is a movie. Don't ruin this experience for me. I love Resident Evil. Don't get this thing canceled because like they're complaining about a lot of stuff. I'm like, stop it. This thing looks amazing. This is beautiful. I don't care how big the merchant is. He looks like he's that big. It's like, and I think the tall lady's like 9'6". So I'm like,
Holy crap.
yeah. And I'm planning on playing it in VR. So it's like
Oh, that would be cool.
well, I really didn't like 7 outside of VR. I didn't like playing it as a first person shooter. But when I put the VR on, I was part of that world. And it was like,
Yeah.
this is creepy. This is awesomely creepy. And that's the only way I like playing it. So like I'm really looking forward to playing 8 in VR. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great.
I think so, yeah.
And it's just like, but I'm a big kid when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like everybody knows, like you can always come up to me and ask me a question about a video game, and I'll be like, yeah. And we'll have like an hour and a half later, we'll still be talking about it.
No, I think it's good to remain a kid at heart, Otherwise, if you take life too seriously, you're going to be unhappy.
Yeah, well, it's like I've just got into doing Twitch, and I'm on Twitch, and I game on Twitch, and I have found this awesome community. Like they've come to my channel, and we do the old school games. Like we'll play Mario, like the originals. Like we'll do
Oh,
a night
cool.
of that, and then we do the scary nights where I'll do Resident Evil, which they love. But then we do Saturday night. We always play multiplayer where everybody can come in and play with me, and they kick my ass every week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm late to the game with Call of Duty. I wasn't really a first person shooter type person. I was never into the competitive multiplayer, and they were, and they're showing me how bad I suck.
Well, some of these people, they probably spend the whole day playing games,
I'm getting better, and they're actually giving me credit. I'm getting better, but like some of these guys are just unreal how good they are, and I'm like, I can't even process on the screen what you're doing. I can't even comprehend how you can see me in a corner over here, barely picking out, and you shoot me and keep running. I won't leave. So I'm working on it. I'm going to get better.
You'll get to their level very soon.
Hoping so. Like, but if I don't, they're gonna be stuck going back to my world because Back for Blood's coming out in a couple months, and that's some zombies, and I'm all about that. Like I said, I have a fear of zombies, but I like to help them be what they actually are.
Exactly,
Dead.
dead. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Waylon.
Thank you for having me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. And I love the Queen posters behind you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I love Queen. Whenever
Freddie,
I'm sad, I just listen to Queen. Freddie's voice cheers me up.
Freddie had the voice of an angel, and there will never be anybody that can do what he did.
That's very true.
most amazing. I think it's blasphemy for anybody to even to attempt to do a cover song of Queen. Like, you leave it alone. You're not that good. I don't care.
Yeah, I know, right?
Freddie,
Only be one.
it is. It's like, even you know, it's like I think I hold a couple bands in that high regard where you don't touch their music, and Queen is on top of that list.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, have you seen that video of Kanye West trying to sing Bohemian Rhapsody?
I love the one where they add Freddie laughing
Yeah,
at him.
his reactions to it.
When Freddie was laughing at him, that was the absolute best one.
Exactly.
That is exactly what he's doing. Because he was so flat. And he's like, I'm a musical prodigy. And I mean, nothing against Kanye. If you're a Kanye fan, great. Don't do Queen. Leave it alone.
Exactly. He has no business singing that.
None of us do. None of us. Like, I don't think there is a singer out there today that nobody. There's nobody. Freddie is the man. He's the number one top singer of all time.
I agree.
But thank you again for having me tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Take care.
You too, darling.